Did you brush your teeth this morning? Because if you did you consciously think, right, I need to brush my teeth, I need to get my toothbrush out, and then I need to brush my teeth up at the top like this, then down at the bottom, then I need to make sure I get my molars at the back or whatever like that. Did you consciously think that? No. Maybe you do it as soon as you wake up, maybe you have breakfast first and then you go and do it then, but you have this specific time when you just do it. You don't even think about it, you just go up and brush your teeth and that's it. And that's because of a little thing called consistency. Routine, routine, routine. You've been, well, hopefully, you've been brushing your teeth for pretty much your entire life, right? Now let's apply that to something else. The gym. If you go to the gym, say you've been going to the gym for 3 years, do you even really think about going to the gym? Is it like a big task, like something like, oh my God, right, I need to go to the gym. Like, how am I going to do this? Okay, at this time, I'm gonna get my shoes on. Then I'm gonna walk out the door, make sure I've got my bag with me. Then I'm gonna get my water bottle. Then I'm gonna walk down this place. Oh right, no, the road's closed. I'm gonna have to go this way. Do you think about it in that detail, or do you just go to the gym? Like, do you remember when you first started out at the gym? It was like this big task, like, oh my God, I can't. I mean, it was like exciting for me. I couldn't wait. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go to the gym. You know, I'd get like my food ready. I'd make sure to have like something before I went. Then I'd ask if anyone else was going. It's like, oh, I can't wait to go to the gym. What am I training today? Maybe I could train this because I didn't have a training plan. Maybe I could do legs. Maybe I could do back or something like that. And now, literally, you're thinking of business ideas on the way there. You're thinking, right, maybe I could do this for my new YouTube channel. I was thinking of uploading this profile picture whilst you're doing like biceps, bicep curls. You know what I mean? You're just not even thinking about it because it's part of your routine now. It's just part of it, and that's because you've been doing it so consistently for so many years. Because now I don't think about going to the gym. I just go to the gym, right? Most people see it as like a disciplined act, but most of the time it's not disciplined because it's just easy. I don't even think about it, right? Well, when it comes to YouTube, I had a channel that had like 80 videos or something, and I had like well over 100 subscribers. And I was starting to make crazy progress. Like for me, I was getting like thousands of views a video, you know. I was like, oh my days, this is crazy. I can start making money and everything. And suddenly, my little ADHD brain just said, nope, we're going to change everything up. And then I went over to like some other YouTube channel, and I stuck with business. I stuck with YouTube in terms of the business I was doing, but I completely changed the channel. I completely changed over to, I don't know, like some fitness thing or something where I was targeting this specific type of person, and I didn't enjoy the videos anyway. And it's like what's the point then? And I kept changing and kept changing and kept changing. And the word is change, because I shouldn't be changing, I should be iterating. Iterating is on a more micro level. Say this is change, you want to change from A to B. So you want to change from this business model to this business model, or you want to change from, you know, doing fitness videos to doing lifestyle videos or something like that, right? Iterating is doing it within this section. So say in fitness videos, I could go from bodybuilding to weightlifting, or weightlifting to calisthenics or something. That's iterating it within the niche, if that makes sense. And I noticed myself doing this literally yesterday. I've built up this channel. I've been doing good, you know, I've been getting good views. I'm almost at the point where I was before, and I've done it in like half the time, which is just brilliant. And I got to this, I just thought, well, why don't I make this? I can't remember what it was exactly, but why don't I make this type of video? And then maybe it needs more editing. Then maybe I need to change the thumbnails, or maybe I need to change the content within the video. And then I've got a beginner channel. I was thinking, well, why don't I do this so I can sell this product, or why can't I do this instead? And I started getting all these like different thoughts of, maybe I could do this or this or this. And so I can't give an example because I can't remember what I was thinking at the time. But I was just trying to change, and I stopped myself, and I was just before I was going to make the change, I thought, hang about, you're actually doing really well. Your views are better than ever. People are engaging with your content. You enjoy the content. So why are you changing it? Perhaps an iteration could have been how I start the video, the hook. Maybe I could start with a story. Maybe I could start with me holding something. Maybe I could start in complete silence to like shock the viewer, for example. Or maybe I could have a different outro. Or maybe I could teach something rather than me just speaking about what I've learned, if that makes sense. More of like an authoritative, do this, do this, do this. And that is iterating your content. Or maybe I could add text at the top of the thumbnail. Pardon me, at the top of the thumbnail, instead of just completely changing the thumbnail to something completely different. Maybe just add like a little bit of text instead of just like the raw picture of me, right? And I thought maybe I could just iterate things rather than changing them, because that's what I've done so many times and it's messed me up so many times. Say, for example, going back to brushing your teeth. What if you changed how you brush your teeth every time? You know, like 1 week you're doing it with an electric toothbrush, then you're doing it with a normal toothbrush, then you're doing it, I don't know how else you would brush your teeth, but maybe you're brushing it with like a different type of toothpaste, maybe you're brushing it in a different room, or, you know, like just changing things. It's like, why? Just stick to the exact same thing you're doing, and then you'll see progress, right? The gym takes a long, long time to see progress. So if you change things, then that could have massively affected your gains, right? So if you're doing like weightlifting for 2 days, you're not going to notice a difference. And then you should say, well, what you could say is, this isn't working, I've got to go and switch to calisthenics. And you do calisthenics for 3 days, and then you're thinking, no, this isn't working, I'm going back to weightlifting. And it's like, no, you've got to give it time. You've got to stick to something for a long period of time to figure out if it works or not. And you can iterate small changes and keep everything else the same to make it a fair study, right? It's just like basic science. So if you were doing weightlifting, maybe you could do 8 to 12, this is what I did, 8 to 12 reps for, I did it for like 2 years or whatever. And then for the next year, I did 4 to 7 reps. And I've noticed big differences. My strength has gone up and my muscle has gone up, right? Because I've been doing 4 to 7 reps. And it's like, so that actually does help. Maybe you could change the amount of calories you're eating. So in a 6-month period, you could have like a 100 calorie surplus, and then the next 6-month period you could have a 200 calorie surplus, and see how that affects you. Maybe you gain more fat with the 200 calorie surplus, or maybe you just gain more muscle and it's like, this is actually working way better, right? So you have to, over time, over long periods of time, figure out what's the, not the change, like the what can actually improve what you're trying to do. So if it's business, YouTube, maybe changing the thumbnail slightly, adding that extra little text. Does that overall in this long period of time affect my views in a positive or negative way? Just a thought that I, thought about the other day. Hope this helps. I will see you later. Good night.